Hi friends, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss the important feature of Java 8 called as predicate. So before we start looking into the predicates and its working examples, I just want to mention that I often create Java J2E helpful videos for Java interview preparations as well as for coding interview preparation, and I have already created couple of playlists in my channel. Check out the playlist for lead code solutions. It has over 50 coding problems and its solutions explained with examples. So if you are someone who is either learning Java new, or if you are someone who is preparing for Java interviews or coding interviews, this channel is for you. So please subscribe to the channel. If you are watching videos on this channel, please subscribe. That will help the channel to reach out to more people. Okay, so let's discuss about the predicate. So predicate is one of the important feature, just like streams, that is introduced in Java 1.8, and it says that it represents a predicate which is boolean valued function of one argument. So that's what the predicate is, and predicate has a couple of methods: and, is equal, negate, or, and test. So these are the predicate methods. So we will actually be looking into one working example of how we can use predicates from Java 8 to, if we have list of, let's say, employee objects. This is one of the employee objects that I created. So it has like 6 fields: ID, first name, last name, salary, and it has one address field. It is a embedded field, so it is address, right? It has like address 1, address 2, city, state, zip, and country. So these are the fields. It has this is the constructor address has. And this is our main Java bean class, and it also has one map. It is a contact map to capture the information of employees, like a home phone or same cell phone. So type of the map, this is string, comma string. So we will be using this map like to store the home phone or cell phone information. So let's just look into one example here. So I can explain you in detail, how we can use the predicates in Java from Java 8. So I created a list of employees called as this is array list of employees, and I create 6 different employee objects, right? E1, E2, E3, as you can see here, E4, E5, and E6. So these are the 6 employee objects, and I just added them into our list here, and we will be using this list actually to to check our predicates, right? So this is only for a demonstration purpose, that we are creating a list and adding the employee objects, right? In reality, when you are working in real projects, you get this kind of list as a, for example, as a from RESTful service response, right? You can get this list, or you can get it from the backend services, or from a service layer you get this list, right? This is only I'm doing it because I just wanted to demonstrate you, but in reality the list you get it from backend services or RESTful services, something like that, right? So for now I'll just quickly show you this. These are the 6 employees I created with first name, last name, and salary, and they have the addresses and they have the contact information, right? Like home phone is there, cell phone is there. So so what we will be doing to first predicate, we will just write a very simple predicate. It is like a salary predicate, we will say, and it will check the salary of the employee should be greater than 30,000, right? So 30,000, it should be greater than that 30,000. Then we will be uh, filtering those employees, right? So we are just using our Java stream here, and we are just filtering the stream. And here in the filter method, we will actually pass our predicate that we created here, right? This is our predicate we are passing here, and then we will get the filtered employees here, right? And we will just be using the dot collect collectors dot tools, so it converts the filtered string into the list of employees, right? And we will just output those filtered employees. So we will get all the employees with salary greater than 30,000. So let's just quickly run this, and I will show you So this is the way the output comes, right? So as you can say here, the salary is always greater than 30,000, right? This is 80,000, then this is 40,000, and here 44,000, right? But if you see, we have some employees which has a salary less than, like this is, right? For example, 24,000. His salary is less than 30,000. Here 20,000, which is less than 30,000. So our predicate did not pick up those employees whose salary is less than 30,000, right? So that is how the predicate works. So this is one simple predicate we created in the beginning. So we will gradually grow, like go and create more complicated predicates, right? So let's just comment this one and I'll show you the next one. So I will just I already created it for you, so I will just gradually like keep showing you one by one. So let us look into the two predicates, right? These two predicates we will look now. um, so the first predicate here, right? So what this first predicate does is it will get the employees whose first name is Amit and last name is Patil, right? So only those employees it should filter, and we will just filter it the same way we are passing the name predicate here in the filter method, and it will give us the filtered employee list. And the second predicate that we have created here, we are passing the employee and we want to find employees with the city Sunnyvale, right? So it should only give us the employees who live in Sunnyvale city. So let us quickly run this and I will show you the result. So as you can see, the first predicate gave us only Amit and Patil, right? The first name is Amit here and last name is Patil. So only it gives us the employee with the name Amit and Patil. And if you look at the second one, it gives us only the employees who are living in Sunnyvale. If you check the address and its city, then it is Sunnyvale, right? This is C, Sunnyvale, Sunnyvale, right? So only two employees we got. So first two employees we created here, they live in Sunnyvale. So I will show you. So here as you can see, Sunnyvale, Sunnyvale. So it will just show us the first and second employee, right? So I'll show you one more time. So this is ID1 and ID2. So other employees it did not pick because they are living in some other cities, right? Like Foster City or San Francisco here, right? So they are not living in Sunnyvale. So it did not pick those employees. So this is how the predicates work. So mostly its use is to filter the list. So in most of the applications we get the list, from either RESTful services or for the backend services, and if you want to quickly filter the list, the predicate you can use easily like this basically, right, in Java 8. So let me just comment this and I will show you the next one now. So these next two predicates we will see now. So the first predicate here now is we want to find out employees whose zip code is 944016, right? That is the first one. So if you check here, then this is the employee who has a 944016, and this is also 944016, and ID is 5 and 6, right? So that's what we should get when we filter it. So as you can see, we are getting correct here. ID is 5 and 6, and here if you go here, then you will see the zip code is 944016, right? Here also 944016. So it is correctly giving us when we are filtering uh, that. So this one we already seen. We are filtering the employees by their zip code, and here we want to find out an employee whose cell phone number is this, right? So if you see, there is this one employee whose cell phone number is this, right? Number 6 is its ID and name is Nitin Chaudhary. So let's just quickly run this and I can show you. So as you can see, ID is 6 and name is Nitin and last name is Chaudhary. So if you see the contact information here, the cell phone is the one that we search for. So this is the quick way, to search through the list, and it's very fast. So so let me just now show you other predicates that I created. So these are couple of sample examples I wanted to show you, so you will know how the working knowledge of predicates and how you can use them in real applications basically. um, so let's just see these two predicates now. So the first predicate, uh, okay, so yeah, that is fine. Let me just we just commented that, that's why it is showing that. So let me just uncomment this salary predicate that we have right here. So we created this, right? So let's just use this because we are using it here, so we have to uncomment it. So now as you can see, uh, here we are just saying that the give us the employees whose cell phone is ending with 88, right? This is the first one whose cell phone ends with 88. So let's just quickly run and see how it gives us. So it gives us this first one, all the employees whose cell phone is ending with 88. If you can see here, or let me just show you like here a little bit, right? uh, yeah, so here, yes, so here the cell phone, as you can see, all the cell phones are ending with 88. So it got correct all the employees with cell phones that ends with 88. So similarly, the next predicate we have is we are using a phone to predicate and then salary predicate, right? So phone to predicate is the one which we have created here, right? Means with cell phone ending in 88, and salary predicate, as I shown you before, it is salary greater than 30,000. So now from these three records it will just find out which salary should be greater than 30,000, right? So here you can see this is 40,000, this is 44,000. So this first record is omitted automatically, right? Because here salary is less than 30,000. So this is one of the interesting cases of the predicates where you can combine two multiple predicates. Now we have combined two predicates here. So first it will sort it will first filter by phone predicate 2, and then it will filter by salary predicate. So you can, we have combined two predicates here. So this is some interesting case I wanted to show you. So now we already have seen this, so we'll just go with the other remaining predicates that we have. So let me just comment these things, because otherwise it will rerun the whole thing. I don't want to rerun the whole thing. So uh, so here now, right? So here we want to use phone predicate 2. So phone predicate 2 is here, so let me just get that here first quickly for you. So this is our phone predicate 2, and we want a name predicate as well here, right? We are using it, so we will just put our name predicate there quickly, so we can compile and run the code. So now here again, now we are now we have individual, now let's say we have one employee E5, right? And we want to individually run our predicate test. Here we were running our, before we were running our predicate test within for the whole list, right? Now if we want to just run it for one employee, we can just run it like this. You can just do the predicate dot test and you pass this employee E5 and check if its cell phone is ending with 88, right? So let's do that first quickly. So its result is true here, means employee E5 cell phone is ending with 88. So let me show you. So this is the employee E5 and its cell phone is ending with 88, so it is returning true. Okay, so we are done with this, and now we have some these two predicates we created again. One is a name predicate and one is salary predicate too. So now it is like salary predicate, but now we want to check salary should be greater than 50,000, right? And the name predicate checks if a name should be equal to, like, first name should be Amit and last name should be Patil, right? So we are just again combining these two, but we are using a or condition, right? So either this predicate should be true or this predicate should be true, right? So this is also one interesting case where you want to find out or with a or condition. So either one predicate is true or the other predicate predicate is true, then you want to return true. So here, as you can see, the first one is this one is true because its salary is more than 50,000, as you can see here. And the second one is true because even if its salary is not more than 50,000, but its name is Amit Patil, right? So this is Amit and Patil, so this is matching our name predicate. So this is how we can combine predicates with or condition. So either this predicate is true or this predicate is true. So in both of the cases, like if anything is true, then it will be true and it will be like filtered in the list basically. So this is the way we can use the predicates. So I just demonstrated you quickly by creating a list of predicates, and we created different type of predicates starting with a simple predicate, and we tried also a couple of complicated predicates. So we also tried to do predicates with combining multiple predicates as well as running the or condition on two predicates. So I think this is a very good start for you guys to understand how predicates work in Java 8 with a working example. uh, so apart from this predicate, I also wanted to quickly show you the another by predicate class. So by predicate is just like a predicate, but it takes two inputs. For example, here also we have created so for example, we have two employees here, one is E1 and one is E2, and we want to like basically this is the by predicate we have defined, right, where we are comparing employee 1 and employee 2 on the basis of first name. So employee 1 first name, if it is equal to employee 2 first name, then we will filter it, right? So if we run this example here, we are passing two employee objects here, so E1 and E2, and their first name is same, right? Here also first name is Nitin, here also first name is Nitin. So the first one, this one should return true, right? So this is the by predicate. So as you can see, it is returning true. So this takes two objects like two employees, and then it gives us true or false result. So that's why it is called as by predicate, because it is taking two employees, right? So similarly, this one also is another predicate we called, and we are comparing if their salary is same, like employee 1 and employee 2 salary is same. Now here it is 80,000, here it is 10,000, so it's not same, so it will give us false, right? So it gives us false here because the salary is not same. And the third predicate we are trying if their zip code are equal, right? So let's see if their zip code, so their zip code is here, so this one is 94086, and here also 940, so both zip code is same, so it should return us true basically. So let's see. So as you can see, now it is returning us true. So this is the way you can use by predicate. Okay, so I shown you in this video how to use predicates with working example and how to use by predicate. So I often create Java J2E interview related material videos as well as lead code solutions in Java along with examples. I already have created a playlist for lead code solutions, over 55 problems solved with examples in Java, as well as Java conceptual videos for DFS, BFS, dynamic programming, linked list, arrays, hash map. So all these data structures are explained well there. So please take a look. Uh, Also, please subscribe to this channel now. Subscription is very helpful to this channel. So please subscribe. Thanks for watching the video.